Chan scandal. Okay. Remember, I told you that today, if you hear me laughing, just know that it's because my tired is tired. Mm-hmm. Okay? Now, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give it to me.
A 42 million shilling payment for Chan 2024 insurance brokerage has triggered a probe by the Anti-Corruption Commission amid claims the deal was awarded to an unlicensed firm. Bank records, correspondence from the insurance regulator, and procurement trails indicate Riskwell Insurance Brokers was registered just weeks before the tournament. Yet, on April 4th, the opening day of Chan, funds were transferred from the Federation's accounts to the little-known entity, raising questions about who exactly pocketed the millions. 42 million shillings. Brokerage firm fees allegedly paid to an unlicensed firm in a transaction linked to FKF leadership, now under scrutiny by the EACC. All right, many could say that this is alarmist. It could be explained. All you need to do. So two things that need to jump out at you right now. Yeah. An insurance brokerage firm must jump through all the hoops, must have all the bells and whistles taken care of. You must dot your I's and cross your T's. You must have been in existence for a little bit more than a couple of months before then you are able to show or prove your mettle when it comes to a tournament like this. Now, the fact that you were registered just weeks before this tournament began, and then on the opening day of the tournament is when you received funds, the questions are popping up all over the place and the red flags be flagging. Because what? Yeah. On the front page, there is a picture of Hussein Mohammed, who is the FKF president. There are also letters, there's communication, there's a bank transfer, RTGS fund transfer, and they didn't even hide them. They just sent the whole $528,000 one time, boom, boom, from Citibank to EcoBank. Now Ikaenda too. And the Companies Act 2015 was registering this company on the 25th of June 2025. Remember that was exactly a month and 10 days to the first kickoff of Chan. Remember, Chan is the tournament that took place Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, which was then won by Morocco. Okay, that's the tournament that we're talking about. Hello? Okay. Hello? Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe you want to start asking yourself questions. Okay, so why did they wire the money on the day of the tournament? Shouldn't insurance have been procured prior to the starting? Shouldn't the firm have then been tested for whether they're actually able to do this? Should they have met regulations? Perhaps you shouldn't have used an unlicensed firm. So then you want to raise questions. Did this group actually do what they were supposed to do? Or was it smokescreen for somebody else who now has 42 million shillings in their pocket?
Yes. And we just gave these guys the contract without even looking at whether they're able to pay in case anything happens, because they do not have any history in paying back damages,
Yeah.
So we're just like, Nyaja bro, you come, chukua ido.
Si unaweza kuja set up company.
Yeah, we set up.
Unaweza weka kampuni.
I know someone somewhere who will help you set it up.
Sasa ile tutafanya, wewe tukiweka hiyo 42 million, mimi utanipatia 30%. Hiyo ingine, jina lako na kampuni yako na sijui wewe ndio director, sasa uchukue risk ya 32 million.
To know if these 42 million shillings you're talking about was actually the first premium that was paid by a customer to that insurance firm.
I said this these people are not registered. Abi, what does that mean? Unlicensed. Doesn't it mean that you don't have a license to operate in insurance?
Yeah.
Okay. That's just page 1 of the Standard. UDA admits rift with ODM over zoning and sets talks to ease tension. They say, come, let's talk about it. We don't need to be fighting. The children does not need to know what mommy and daddy are having a quarrel about. The children doesn't need to know. Doesn't know. So come, let us reason together, says UDA with ODM. So perhaps as they do that, everything will be what?
Okay.
Pricey Shield condom maker passes on shocks of Iran war. You thought that it wouldn't affect every aspect of life? Well, it does. Because the demand for condoms has risen by about 30% this year, with higher freight costs and delays to shipping worsening shortages. 24%. The war has The war has helped to trigger a surge in airfares, with the lowest priced economy tickets costing 24% more on average than they did a year ago, according to new research. The boss of the world's biggest condom maker, Carrick, says the firm will raise its prices by up to 30% or possibly more if the Iran war continues to disrupt supplies of the raw materials used in their products. So here you were thinking that the war was only affecting petrol and the Strait of Hormuz. No, even other things. They're saying this war now, you see, it's more expensive.
Especially a country that imports everything, and a lot of products that come into the country come through the sea. And these heavy ships that we see use what? Dithero.
Chan ripoff, 42 million shillings paid to a ghost broker. We're going to tell you that story. I told you it's going to be fun. Bitok, MPs trade blame for lower school capitation. First of all,
yes,
it's been a minute before you actually paid the entire 22,400 shillings that you're supposed to be paying in capitation. Remember that 5,000 shillings is retained at the ministry for what they call development. So you see all those classrooms they built and whatnot, or the ones that they say they're going to build, that's where that money comes from. The 5,000 shillings that they retain that's supposed to go towards capitation. Sawa. So now you're left with 17,000, and already it's not enough. Now from that 17,000, they even want to take more. So now they're saying you guys need to get your things together, because this is not working. So they had an issue in Parliament yesterday. We can look into the details as well, and I'm going to take my moment to laugh because today is that day. Teachers protest lay down their demands for shock cover. They're saying you fix it or we fix it, and by fixing it we mean that when schools open on Monday, sisi hatutakua. So that needs to be figured out. Now, there's another bribery storm. Hey, God.
Storm is not over yet.
It's not over yet. Bribery storm brews again at Parliament. Parliament has once again found itself in the eye of a storm following an allegation of bribery. The latest being an accusation from the National Cohesion and Integration Commission. All right, it's interesting that the NCIC is awake to some things. That's interesting. Tusky's owner sued 2 banks to save properties in a 4 billion shilling loans round. Tusky's still operating. I'm just asking a question.
I don't know. Last I checked, it was closed down.
Yeah, but they still have some, things to look at. That's just the Standard. Looking at the stories that are making the headlines in the Standard this morning, get yourself a copy of the Standard newspaper at your nearest vendor, or get a copy of the e-paper. You can have all the information in your hand.